1-2 coming. And the slider in there, strike three. Conforto's on the pitch. It hit Conforto. He made no effort to get out of the way. It was a strike, but he didn't move.
And the ball, did it hit him? And that's it for the perfect game. The ball hit Jose Tabata, and he goes to first base with 2 outs in the ninth.
Well, that's just the worst way ever to lose a perfect game. Are you kidding me? And I got to refocus.
Top of the order, Josh Harrison.
I mean, did he make an effort to get out of the way? Or did he lean into it? He leaned into it. I mean,
got the elbow down there.
Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Presley from Live a Little, and today, if you couldn't tell by the 2 clips that played before this, we're going to be talking about MLB in the offense. Honestly, I'm going to share my opinions on the matters going on with the Michael Conforto situation, and how pitchers are kind of getting screwed over in the process. Speaking of pitchers though, if you haven't already, listen to the podcast I recently uploaded, which when I say recently, it was like 2 weeks ago, on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and right here on YouTube with my fellow pitcher here at Murray State College, Mason Creasy. I highly encourage you, go check it out. It was a great conversation about the college life, baseball stories, college stories. You know, I felt like he was a really good guest on the podcast, and I'd really appreciate it if you went and listened to it on any of those 3 platforms. Now, into the video. If you didn't know, Michael Conforto recently leaned into, or I'm not gonna say leaned in, I guess. He definitely leaned in, but you know, that's a little controversial. Did not make an attempt to get out of the way of a slider in the strike zone, and it led to a Mets walk-off against my team, the Marlins. So this is a little personal, but then I started thinking about, it's probably about 6 years ago now, when Max Scherzer had his perfect game going. He had 2 outs. He had 2 outs in the 9th inning with 2 strikes on a guy, and the guy leaned into his slider and ruined the perfect game. He still got the no-hitter, but like the perfect game feat is obviously a huge deal. We don't see those. The last time I think we saw one was Felix Hernandez, I want to say. I might be wrong on that. You can fact check me, but it's the last one I remember watching. And you know, the hitters just have so much geared toward them. But first, before I get into that, I'm going to run over the Michael Conforto situation and how I feel on it. And obviously, it's a little more personal to me, but I can definitely see a lot of people getting mad. And I've even seen Mets fans say, you know, this is horse crap. I want to start off by shouting out John Boy's video and how he covered it. I'm going to leave the link in the description. He's a lot more unbiased than me, and you know, he broke the scenario down. I think he did a really good job at it. I think it helps you understand what's going on more. So there's 1 out, bases loaded, bottom of the 9th, and Michael Conforto comes up to the plate. Strike 1, foul ball, or strike 1, strike 2, foul ball, and then the pitch. Slider, upper part of the zone, definitely a strike. It's, you know, you watch the Mets broadcast, it has the little strike zone. I don't really remember what the Marlins did. It has the little strike zone, and it literally registered as a strike. You know, umpires miss calls, but like when the umpire stands up and starts going like this, and I guess it looked like Conforto turns around and says, "Hit me in the elbow," and so take your base, right? Well, my situation, you know, honestly, it's a strike. If it's in the strike zone, it's a strike. You could give him a foul ball. I would have been okay with the foul ball. The catcher caught it, so therefore it's foul tip, strike 3. But it's not a hit by pitch. In an article posted when the whole thing happened, According to baseball rules, if a batter is hit by a pitch in the strike zone, the pitch should be called a strike. According to replay rules, however, whether the pitch was in the strike zone or the batter made any attempt to get out of the way is not subject to video review. The rule is the batter has to make an attempt to get out of the way of the ball. Like, obviously, if it's going to hit you in the back and you turn around, that is technically getting out of the way. What Michael Conforto did was he kind of pulled his elbow up a little bit, and it nicks this is where I kind of start losing my mind. Elbow guards, right? Hitter protection is cool and all, but you tell me how a hitter who, by the way, I'm gonna pull this picture up, Jacob deGrom, the best pitcher in baseball, has as many hits this season as this hitter that just stole a game, right? 3 apiece. It's horrible. It's terrible. And just because you're struggling and you're down in the count, you lean into a pitch and you have this nifty little elbow guard on and you don't feel it. No. Like, the whole hit by pitch thing is because obviously it hurts a little bit when you get hit by a pitch, and if you get hit by a pitch, you should be awarded a base. An elbow guard, these elbow guards seem to be very high tech. I'm a pitcher, so I don't wear them. You don't feel anything. I know that for a fact. Like, obviously, if it's 100 miles per hour, you're going to feel like a recoil kind of feeling. It's going to hurt a little bit, but it's not going to be like getting hit without, right? So you can walk up there with this elbow guard, wrist guard, hand guard even. Shin guard, not shin. It's shin and foot, which I think is perfectly okay. But the elbow guard thing is, if you get hit in the elbow guard, I think it should be free game. If you decide to wear an elbow guard, don't get me wrong, I really don't have any problem with the elbow guard itself. If you get hit in the elbow guard, though, you should have to stand up there and take another pitch like it's just a ball. Not saying the same thing, a lot of people come at you with, well, then if you get hit in the helmet, it should be the same thing. No, you're required to wear a helmet. Every hitter goes up with a helmet. Not every hitter goes up with an elbow guard. And to those who take the 98 mile per hour up and in chin music and the elbow, they'll tell you that they might want to start wearing an elbow guard, especially if the results are the same. I feel like if you are allowed to wear catcher's gear, not literally, but basically catcher's gear up to the plate, you just can't gear the game towards the hitters. You look at MLB's Twitter, you see nothing but hitters. DeGrom and you see DeGrom and Kershaw and Scherzer and Strasburg, you see them, but I looked at MLB's Twitter tonight, DeGrom and Scherzer, pitcher duel of the year already. Like, great game. Scherzer gives up 1 run. Kershaw gives up none. And the only thing that I saw from MLB was a post before the game, a post after the game. I never saw anything in the middle of the game. You see Bryce Harper hit a home run? I love Bryce Harper. I'm literally not taking anything from the hitters. I'm pinning this purely on MLB. Bryce Harper hits a home run, it's everywhere. Mike Trout hits a home run, they post it 4 times. Acuna makes a bunt single down the line, it is posted everywhere. Ozzie Albies steals a base everywhere. You know what I mean? And a pitcher throws a no-hitter, as Joe Musgrove did. Not only a no-hitter, the first no-hitter in franchise history of a 53-year-old franchise. And Bleacher Report, I love Bleacher Report. They're really good about what I'm saying is they're very good at evening out pitching and hitting. Bleacher Report everywhere. SB Nation everywhere. You check MLB's Twitter, I saw 3 posts. I've seen MLB post 2 weeks after a Bryce Harper grand slam, game winning or not. I've seen post 100 pictures or videos or whatever of Bryce Harper hitting a grand slam, but you can't, a day after it happens, be like, Good morning. Joe Musgrove threw a no-hitter last night. Typical Twitter stuff. Even in a CBS report, the umpire admitted he blew the call. A strike is a strike. And just because we're going to gear the game towards the hitters, in a 15-hit game from both sides is better than a 1 to 2 hit game from both sides. People would rather apparently see that. From what MLB tells us, what I hear, everybody loves a home run, a clutch home run, but when I talk to fellow fans, even position player fans, like guys who'd rather watch a somewhat offensive game, they'd rather see the final score 3-1 than 15-2. You look back at a tweet from David Price, and he said this: "Did I see MLB as slightly deadening the ball? I thought MLB said it hadn't been juiced. Lol, pitchers knew it all along. Baseball's had a different feel and a different sound. Happy to see they're attempting to go back to the regular ball." This is what I'm talking about. The fact that you can tell, fans knew, we all knew. We've been talking about it since 2017 or 2018, whenever. The ball was different. MLB wants to see more pop in the bat. But they denied it. Up front denied it multiple times. I'm just saying that MLB needs to work on focusing more towards pitching a little bit. They're so worried about quick games. What's quicker? A 15-1 blowout that everybody turned off after the 4th inning, or a 3-1 exciting game? If you'd like to see and hear my opinion a little more, go down below. I got a Twitter. I post a lot of Marlins stuff on there. If you are a Marlins fan by chance, I know a lot of Marlins fans have seen my posts over the last couple days. If you are a Marlins fan, I talk a lot of Marlins baseball. I talk a lot about MLB. In fact, I talked a lot about this situation. No, not a lot, but I talked about this situation over on Twitter days ago. And, now you're getting my opinion 5 days later. Could have got it immediately. Make sure you go follow, turn on notifications. Do the same thing here. Subscribe, notifications. I try to post every Tuesday, and let me tell you, over the last 3 weeks or so, I have made 7 videos. I think it's 7 or 8, and all of them I'd go back and rewatch, and I was like, man, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. I'm not even sure if this one will make it. We'll see. I'm really excited to post another video, if you can't tell. If y'all made it this far, thank you. Peace.
Those gorgeous blue eyes, they look even better when we're sky high. If we could leave this place, wouldn't you love to run